Many systems have been developed over the ages to help us control our thoughts. A great amount of dogma too has been kicked around in an attempt to make us into better people. Magick, the occult kind, spelled with a K, is one of the oldest and most general of these systems. Magick is the study and application of psychic forces. It uses mental training, concentration, and a system of symbols to program the mind. The purpose of magick is to alter the self and the environment according to the will. Most of the magick we see today comes to us from ancient Egypt and Chaldea. The Chinese, Hindus, and Tibetans developed their own unique types of magic. Western magic was locked up by the Egyptian priests for thousands of years and then suppressed by the rise of Christianity. It was not until medieval Europe that the alchemists and Cabalists rediscovered magical knowledge. Only during the past 100 years or so has Western culture been open-minded enough to permit widespread investigation of the subject. Only since the start of the 20th century has science shown much interest in it at all. Parapsychology and psychic phenomena. Through parapsychology, we are gaining insights into the hidden nature of man. Parapsychology is a branch of psychology, which studies psychic phenomena. It remains something of a frontier, even today. Perhaps one reason for this is that psychic phenomena are somewhat inconsistent. Nevertheless, there is strong evidence from numerous cases and experiments in support of psychic phenomena. Somehow, under the right conditions, the mind can directly affect the environment. We may theorize that the human mind and body broadcasts a kind of psychic energy or force, much like a radio station. Kirlian photography, temperature effects, cloud chamber tests, and other experiments tend to support this theory. Although the exact nature of this psychic force is subtle and unknown, it is undoubtedly the energy behind all psychic phenomena and magic. However, it is not a radio wave, since it behaves somewhat differently. The psychic force is too weak to be measured directly, at least so far as we know. Everyone has some psychic ability. There are numerous types of psychic phenomena. Parapsychology separates them into two groups, ESP and PK. What is ESP? ESP, the abbreviation for extrasensory perception, means the reception of information through paranormal means, not regular physical senses of sight, sound, touch, smell, or taste. In theory, this is accomplished by receiving psychic force from outside the body. Here are some examples of ESP. Clairvoyance, or remote viewing, the ability to sense or see, non-physically, distant objects, places, and people. Individuals who see ghosts and spirits are probably clairvoyant. Clairaudience, or remote hearing, the hearing of paranormal information. Astral projection, OOBE, or travelling clairvoyance, full experience at a remote location while the physical body sleeps. Psychometry, the reading of information by the touch of physical objects. Telepathic receiver, the ability to directly receive thought communication at a distance, with no physical connection to the sender. There are many everyday examples of this, in which we think something just as another person is about to say it. This is an easy one to test for through experiment. Very dramatic cases of telepathy have been recorded. There is often an emotional element in such cases. A channel, or medium, as in a science who is in direct communication with a spirit or entity. Experience with a Ouija board, pendulum, or automatic writing. Precognition, to foresee the future. Again, highly emotional events are the ones most likely to be tuned in. Retrocognition, knowledge of the past, by paranormal means. What is PK? PK, the abbreviation for psychokinesis, is the active or sending side of psychic phenomena. The theory here is that psychic force is sent out from the individual. Examples of PK include telepathic sender, the transmitter in the telepathy just discussed. Psychokinesis, or telekinesis proper, the ability to move objects by means of psychic force. Somewhat along the same lines are poltergeist, noisy ghost, phenomena in which objects move of their own accord or noises are heard. There is always a human agent involved, frequently a teenage girl, who appears to be the source of psychic energy. Psychic healing, the ability to heal various illnesses and infirmities. There are many documented cases of this. Usually it involves a healer and a subject, although there are recent cases involving cancer patients learning to heal themselves. Teleportation, aspiration, and levitation. Some occultists feel a magician producing PK effects is simply a channel for universal energy. Others think the force originates some way directly within the magician. The subconscious. Postulated by Freud and others, the concept of the subconscious mind is an important one. Basically, this is the idea that part of the mind normally operates below or outside of ordinary consciousness and awareness. Dreams and hypnosis are examples of this. Also subconscious are the many automatic functions of the physical body such as respiration and digestion.